Hello boys and girls, welcome to the Math Club. In this video we're going to talk about standard form. Question 3. Write each number in standard form. So these are ordinary numbers. We're going to turn them into standard form. We're going to follow the opposite rule that we took for turning standard to ordinary. Now for turning standard to ordinary you have to follow the x-axis. So the movement is following the x-axis. But turning ordinary to standard is the opposite thing. If you move the decimal point to the positive side, it means the power will be negative. If you move the decimal point to the negative side, the power will be positive. Let's take a look at some questions so we can understand the idea. Now here, 498, I'm going to make it standard. First, where's the decimal point? Very good. If I have a whole number or a number like this without decimal points, it means the decimal point is over here. Now, to turn this into standard, we understand that standard is a number between 1 and 10 multiplied by a power. So it's a number between 1 and 10 multiplied by a power of 10. For example, this is standard, a number between 1 and 10 multiplied by a power of 10. So same idea here. I'm going to turn this number into a number between 1 and 10. So to make this between 1 and 10, I have to move the decimal point that way. So I'm going to make it between the 4 and the 9. So I'm going to move it 1, 2, like this. So the number will be 4.98. Now I made a number between 1 and 10. That's the idea of making or creating a standard form. Now, because I moved that way, this is the negative side of the x-axis, as we said. Now, because of that, I'm going to do the opposite of the movement. Because I moved to the negative side, it means the power will be positive. So, this one is multiplied 10, and the power will be positive. Remember this. When you turn ordinary to standard, you follow the opposite thing on the x-axis. But if you're turning standard to ordinary, it means you have to follow the x-axis. So here, we understand because we moved to the negative side of the x-axis, it means the power will be positive. And how many times did we move? We moved 2 times, so it's going to be positive 2. Very good. Now, let's take a look at C here. Same idea. We don't have a decimal point. It means that the decimal point is over here. Now, we're going to make this number between 1 and 10. So we're going to move the decimal point like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. So it's going to be 7.1. And because we moved to the negative side of the x-axis, it means the power will be positive. So 7.1 times 10. And how many times did we move? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's going to be power of 6, like this. And it's positive 6. Sometimes you don't have to write the positive. It's okay if you don't write it. Now, this one is answered. Same idea with E and F. I'm going to look at the decimal point here. First, let me put it here. So the decimal point is over here. And I want to move it to make the number between 1 and 10. Now, I'm going to follow the movement of the decimal point. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I move it 6 times. And then I write the number, which is 6.35 multiplied by 10. And because I moved it 6 times, it's going to be power of 6. Now, because I went to the positive side of the x-axis, I'm going to make the opposite power. So it's going to be negative 6. This idea is used when you turn ordinary to standard. So when you turn ordinary to standard, you follow the opposite of the x-axis. When you turn standard to ordinary, you follow the x-axis. Now same idea here. This is the decimal point. I'm going to move it to make the number between 1 and 10. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I moved it 8 times. So the number will be 4 and the power will be 8. And because I went to the positive side of the x-axis, the power will be negative. And this is how you answer a question like this. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.